2 months ago, we interviewed Jerome Yau from Hong Kong Marriage Equality about the fight for same-sex partnership rights. Since then, the debate has escalated and not in the way many hoped. On September 10th, Hong Kong's Legislative Council overwhelmingly rejected the government's same-sex partnership bill despite the Court of Final Appeal ruling that the existing system was unconstitutional. This rejection has sparked two major concerns. First, how will the government protect the rights of same-sex couples once the temporary suspension orders expires on October 27th? And second, and perhaps even more importantly, what does this mean for the rule of law in Hong Kong? One lawmaker, Paul Tse, a solicitor himself, gave a striking speech during the debate. He admitted he personally does not support same-sex marriage, but he reminded his colleagues, this is not about personal belief. The top court has already ruled, and legislators have a positive obligation to ensure the law complies with the Constitution. He warned that if lawmakers refuse to act, it sets a dangerous precedent, that the Legislative Council can simply ignore a court order. That, Tse said, is not rule of law. True rule of law means respecting the rules of the game, respecting the outcome, and even when you disagree.
好清楚地，唔立法係唔符合終審庭個要求。終審要求係要立法嘅。究竟我哋香港係咪真係尊重我哋嘅金漆招牌法治呢？法治唔係淨係話立法嘅時候咩程序咁簡單。法治除咗保障一個最少嘅小眾嘅權益之外呢，法治最重要其中一個 cardinal rule 就係尊重遊戲規則，尊重個結果。如果唔係嘅話呢，呢個法治呢就係都個講字嘅嚇。結果出嚟就係話3對2終審就係終審，就係話我哋政府係需要立法。真真正正嘅尊重法治係點樣呢？尊重遊戲規則。如果我哋作為議員，對於香港本身最有價值嘅金漆招牌，甚至係唯一剩翻嘅社會上最值得保護嘅一個價值呢，我哋嘅法治呢，我哋uphold嘅就係 rule of law 喺呢度。我哋尊重個法治精神嘅話，必須要係企硬投票支持。
Despite his words, Tse was one of only a handful of lawmakers who voted in favor. The bill failed, 71 against, 14 in favor, and 1 abstention. Supporters of equality now worry this is bigger than LGBTQIA+ rights. If Hong Kong legislature can reject a bill required by the Court of Final Appeal, what does that mean for constitutional order, judicial authority, and future rulings? The Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office quickly spun the defeat as a sign that the Legislative Council is not a rubber stamp. They praised the decision as lawful and orderly while warning against people with ulterior motives who might politicize the issue. But critics argue the opposite, that the decision shows a deepening conflict between the judicial and legislature. And unless the government acts quickly, either through administrative measures or a renewed bill in the next legislative session, Hong Kong risks not only breaching international human rights obligations, but also undermining its own constitutional credibility. As activist Jimmy Sum put it, the court's order wasn't optional. The government can delay, but it cannot ignore. And in an interview, Jerome Yau said, if the government gives up on legislation and only uses administrative measures, that's just patchwork, treating the symptoms, not the cause. It risks confusion in implementation, and more importantly, it sends a message that these relationships don't deserve full respect. Legal recognition of same-sex partnership is essential, and the government should continue real discussions with stakeholders and restart the legislation in the next sessions. So, this isn't just about LGBTQIA+ couples being able to visit each other in hospitals, claim inheritance, or make medical decisions. It is also about whether Hong Kong's government still respects the rule of law. The clock is ticking. October 27 is just weeks away.